As that was perfect timing, as I was just launching Roll20. I'm like, someone started the call.
One less thing to do at once. It's stressful when you're at the last 5 different things you have to open all at the same time,
and they all refuse to happen.
Yeah.
I'm really confused because I apparently have 2 copies of Skype on my computer. And one receives a call, and the other one is completely extraneous.
Huh. I suddenly don't have Skype on my computer anymore. I had to go to the web page. It's just gone.
Because Skype decided to leave today. It's just like, sorry, bye.
It's taking Thanksgiving off.
I upgraded my software, and my whole computer is a mess. It's going to take me weeks to get it how I like it again.
That's familiar.
Are you kidding? Knowing Windows, it will just secretly reinstall on your computer?
Oh, we don't fuck around with Windows.
Well, see, then that's probably the reason why it disappeared.
Maybe.
Because now that it's all integrated and stuff.
But Macintosh gives you your updated software for free. They don't try to take hundreds of dollars from you every time they release a new version.
That lets them promote however they want on your system, you know.
That's true.
I have such weird feelings about Mac. I used to be a Mac user, and then one day they pushed out an OS update that made my iPod and my computer no longer compatible.
Oh.
I was like, what the fuck?
That's not nice. Yeah, I'm not like a major Apple file or anything. Like, I don't want an iPhone. They can't have control over every aspect of my life. I found that a MacBook with a solid state drive is probably the best way to go if you want your computer to keep working for more than a couple of years.
I can see that.
And be pretty much virus free.
Yeah. The third time that my entire computer crashed while I was in the middle of writing a final term paper for final exam was when I decided I was done with cheap Windows laptops and just getting a MacBook. So.
I can see that.
I cannot blame you at all for that.
No.
So are we all here?
We are not all in the Skype call. On Roll20, let's see.
Because I only see 3 of us here. Let me share the link and see if that reminds everyone. I'll totally cheat by just putting the Skype link in and have people join.
There you go.
This is the workaround. This is the way.
But it turns out there's not just one way.
No, there's when a high-ranking Mandalorian looks at you and says, "Oh, you're in that cult?" And the poor guy looks and goes, "The what?"
When everything you've ever known suddenly turns upside down sickeningly for a moment.
You mean this whole time I could have taken my helmet off and eaten?
The betrayal.
I've been so malnourished.
Then he lifted it up half an inch to eat his soup, and the whole world went insane over it. And
They're like,
everyone's reading so much into it, and the internet is full of theories about the influence that the other Mandalorians had on him, and he's going to start taking his helmet off now. And I was like, you couldn't even see his face.
I'm here.
Hello, hello.
Evening.
Oh, okay, there it is.
So do we know what's up with our paladin?
Evan has been having a lot of health issues lately. I was actually hanging out with him gaming on his game yesterday.
Okay.
But he said he probably was not going to be able to make it today, so I'm assuming the paladin at some unforeseen future day which is the equivalent of the D&D Mandalorian, will randomly show up at your moment of greatest need.
Okay.
Well, fuck.
And on that moment, I'll throw something horrible at you because you'll have 6 people at that point. And then I'll just say, but the CR said you should be able to handle it. And by the way, anyone who runs D&D but by using CRs for encounters, you shouldn't. You really, really shouldn't.
Really shouldn't.
They're either too hard of a fight or too easy of a fight, depending on, what you're throwing at them.
I don't know how you're supposed to decide without them, but they don't work. They don't.
It's more of a guideline, really.
Yeah. I threw a Beyond Deadly fight at my players the other day, and it just... They flew right through it.
Yeah, sometimes, especially if the group's working together, they've got the synergy going, I've seen level 8s kill a level 16 dragon. And that was, you weren't supposed to fight that dragon.
Well, if there's enough of you, cannon fodder.
And the dice are in your favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fight I was talking about, I spent an entire round rolling nothing over 5.
Ouch.
And I was rolling in the open, so it was just like 1, 2, 3, 1. Jesus Christ. Well,
so
they
what
do
it was
nothing around.
your attacking monster was exhausted from a previous encounter.
Yeah. This is why you don't hire undead minions, because apparently they are completely unmotivated.
They're just kind of giving that token effort of an attack.
Yeah. I like how I said hired. Like someone was like, here, zombie, have some cash. And they're like,
I pay in pickled brains.
I mean, they say it's our own mortality is the only thing that keeps us motivated to do anything. So once you've already died, I guess it's kind of fair that you would lose all motivation.
Yeah, who gives a fuck,
What are you gonna do? Kill me?
What are you gonna do?
It's
Res
unfair
me?
that you're still alive. That's all I can think of.
A bunch of evil Final Fantasy style characters running around with Phoenix down, throwing them on the undead to kill them. I resurrect you. You brought me
Or
back
you could
to
just
life.
be from the, the Dark Elf books for, D&D, where everybody gets resurrected at some point or another.
It's just a thing. It happens to everybody.
Like, even nobody characters get resurrected. Yeah.
When you have a bunch of angry priestesses, this is what happens.
Yeah, this guy was complete and utter failure 10 books ago. We're going to resurrect him. What?
Why? Because you'll enjoy seeing him die again.
He's been dead for 150 years. Why did you do that? It's like...
Because merchandising. I own the copyright to that character's name, so if I bring him back...
Yeah.
So everybody here? I think I've heard everybody's voice.
Huh?
Pretty sure we're all here.
So where last we left off, you trekked up the most horriblest mountain ever. The mountain's so horrible, in the future, you're going to take prisoners and make them march up this hill just as a torture. Right?
It's
Yeah.
the goddess Horibus, right?
Uh-huh. And as you may notice on the Roll20, I've unlocked each of the gods' description cards for you guys on the journal tab, way underneath your character sheets. So in case, it does come up that you wanted to know about your god or one of the other gods, you should be able to scroll way down and see all the gods.
So, Keranos.
Keranos, god of storms and shitty mountaintop locations.
Apparently so.
Come on, you got to make sure the trip to Mecca's worth it,
Oh.
And you guys, where last we left off, we surrounded that priest that was there to talk to y'all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only 2 of our team members kind of saw through. There's a little bit of injury on him, and things just don't seem right.
And I dearly wish I was one of those people, that charm person. But, which would be so convenient right now.
And through the power of Roll20, we can scroll up and see that Miki and our barbarian were the 2 that managed to see through the disguise.
Yep.
But I haven't said anything other than the fact that they've gotten really, really close and personal to the priest.
Yep. I'm determined to stay in character and not use that knowledge.
So do we need to roll initiative yet is the question.
I backstab him with a ballista.
How did you get a ballista on this mountain?
Either you missed the reference or...
Oh, no, I got the reference. It'll only take you 4 rounds to assemble the ballista.
Like the fact that he also stole the guy's pants in the process.
This is what one does. So in that case, let's have everybody roll initiative. Remember, click on your character's icon on the map, the mini,
Yep.
and then roll initiative. Because if you roll initiative without doing that, it will not add you to the table.
Oh, I should ask you out of this at some point, but my wife wants to have to do some of those things.
The wife wants to what?
My wife would love to chat with you a little bit about how to do some of these things. I'll IM you later. I have to do mine. And I'm a show. Go away.
I like how 2 of the group are really eager and the rest are just like, it's a priest.
Right. He wants to be
Don't know
holy.
anyway.
He's imitating a priest. That's why my guy's so eager to kill him.
It even says priest on the
Surprisingly
initiative
enough.
tracker, so it's got to be legit.
He's trying to be holy. We want to help him out.
My guy is as
People that
perceptive
saw
as ever.
through him are the 2 that got the higher initiatives.
Yeah, I know. It kind of sucks.
Why?
So, our dear monk, priest is there. He's asking, my children, what can I do you for?
And I don't know that he's a fake yet.
You believe he is a priest of the Lord of Storms. And should probably give him proper reverence and a big major temple to his god, because lightning may just, shoot you as you're being blown off the mountain. One really shouldn't kick a priest in his own temple and not expect to be treated like Charlie Brown.
Can I do a religion roll to see if, because should there be more people here?
And you can do an insight too. You kind of really stare at the guy.
Some of us always walk around with a healthy dose of skepticism.
Probably more on my knowledge of the religion in general, that there should be more people here.
Okay, go for a religion roll.
Oh, I got nothing.
Because you're like, Lord of Storms, this place sucks. At least my god wants people to come hang out with, her.
Him or whatever.
He wants everybody to get on the boat at one point or another.
Actually, he could care less. That's the funny part. He could care less, because you're just going to be there sooner or later.
Eventually, everybody ends up there.
Yep.
Okay, so you're good with where you're standing there with the priest, or are you going to be like the other 2 and get all uncomfortably close? That's how religion rubs off, right?
I'm good where I am.
Yeah, see, he's in a religion I really don't care about, so
Okay,
I'm
so
fine.
I noticed Miki was rolling a natural 20 on something.
Yeah.
Religion.
So Miki immediately, being the smart bard that she is, kind of gives this guy the once over and immediately realizes he doesn't have a few things that he's supposed to if he's a supposed priest of the Lord of Storms. You don't see any of the sunburned skin you figure from being out there in the storms. He's got really nice, supple bronze skin.
We've been on this mountain for 2 days and we're ragged and tattered.
And this guy looks like he's gotten a good sleep the last couple nights. And you're totally like, what kind of priest of storms are you? So you're definitely getting the idea that he is not the proper priest. And you do kind of notice, even though he's kind of religious-y, that he just does not seem to be properly reverent in the correct way.
I'm honestly not expecting to find much on this mountain that's not hostile, so.
But your immediate instincts are telling you that this priest is either brand new to the order, like it's his third day of the order, or he's totally bogus.
All right, I'm gonna ask him how long he's been here.
And he just kind of, turns around to you and he's just like, well, my child. And he kind of like turns around to Miki and kind of smiles really, really brightly. And he makes a kind of hand gesture to you.
These are not the droids we're looking for.
And I will give it to you with your natural 20 because, you're just that on the ball when it comes to that old time religion. That the reason why he was kind of looking at you a little intensely with like super smile going, and all of a sudden he popped his hands in a little subtle gesture strictly towards you alone, and immediately you realize that his hand gesture is basically the sign of Mogus, the god of slaughter, the god of minotaurs everywhere, except apparently not the minotaur here.
Yes, well, somebody had to be different. I still would know the sign, though, so.
You definitely would know the sign, especially with that natural 20.
I'm gonna respond to his sign and see what he says or does.
Okay.
He didn't answer my question either.
He was about to, but if you're flashing gang sign back at him, do me a favor. Give me a quick deception just to see how well you can play it off without, spitting in his eye. Okay, you flash the south side hand signal in the widest white guy fashion ever.
Oh boy.
Pretty fly for a white guy. I don't know, for some reason I've been getting a lot of Weird Al songs on my video feed at Facebook. And that shows up like every day.
Okay, so he starts to stammer a bit as he tells you he's been at the monastery a few weeks. Here, let me give you a guided tour, and he kind of starts to walk away.
Hold on. Something's not adding up here, guys.
And he's
You guys been living up here on the top of this mountain for the last 3 weeks. I'll eat my hat.
As everybody looks at the Minotaur's head.
Ouch.
And at this point, he's going to use cunning action to disengage from you, by the way. As he's taking almost a defensive stance as he steps away. And he kind of comes up to the steps here saying, You are not permitted. In the cheesiest cheesy voice he has.
And here I could have sworn you just invited us for a tour.
And you pretty much, he sounds very priestly in his, you are not permitted to enter.
Well, if we can't go in there, then he needs to stay out here. I'm gonna lunge after him and try and grab him.
Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, it's not your turn right now.
Uh,
Wah, wah, wah.
Are you saying anything to your compatriots? Because your priest is coming up next.
yeah, grab him.
I'm a little far away to do that. So I'm confused as to whether or not we're actually in combat or not.
We're in initiative to make life easier. But basically, your Minotaur bard friend said grab the priest, as the priest is like obviously uncomfortable that a Leonin and a Minotaur were getting like right up in his grill.
Okay. Would I know enough about his religion to call him on his shit?
You could try. I mean, he already secretly rolled on my screen a deception check, and if you can get higher than that, maybe
So
you
would I
can
roll
see
religion?
religion or insight.
I have a better insight.
And insight will give you more information than religion. And with your insight of 15, you think he seems legit.
Crap. Why are you guys being so aggressive to him? Doesn't make any sense to me. There's really nothing for me to do at this point.
Remember, guys, talking's a free action if you want to talk.
You think he's on the level?
Seems to be. I mean, he's following all the tenets of his faith, as far as I can tell.
There's a few things that don't add up. He certainly doesn't look like he's been on this mountain for the last 3 weeks.
Well, who's to say he wasn't there at all? That it was he's only been there for 3 weeks. What if he's been up here the whole time?
He just told us he had been here for 3 weeks.
Oh, see, I missed that.
He looks like he got here 5 minutes ago.
Oh.
He's not
Possibly.
sunburned. He's not windburned. He doesn't have all of his, accustomed priestly accessories you would expect if he was trained and fully accustomed to his job.
Especially since priests of this order like to expose themselves to the weather and the wind to hear the words of their god.
Yes.
So what you're
Henceforth, your
saying
natural
is
20 on religion.
he's a false priest and he's lying. That is super offensive.
It is, right? Sitting here pretending he's been up here worshiping the god of the storms.
Clerical appropriation.
Clerical
Concerned about whether or not it's offensive as to, why he's immediately putting on a charade and lying to us the minute we
I will
show
be right back.
Well,
1 minute he wants to give us a tour, the minute we question anything, you're not allowed in here and tries to run away.
yeah. So, as a priest, I would know, that what he's saying is wrong because of the type of the. Oh, God damn it! My words aren't working.
It's okay, but with that insight roll that you made, he sounds legit. He hasn't said anything too unfounded that trips any any switches in your head that this guy's bogus.
Does Miki want to roll persuasion to convince me?
That's weird that your insight check is getting nothing, but my religion check is sketchy.
But to me, it's weird. Me as a player, it's weird that this is a place that everybody can go to, and then this dude all of a sudden is saying, no, get out of here.
Yeah, it definitely sounds fishy. It's just that when you did your insight, it's almost like he deceived higher than your insight.
Well, of course he did. That's the numbers, but that's using player knowledge.
But yeah, it definitely sounds hinky for some reason. Like your bard friend said something, and he's just like, "No, you must be gone." It's almost like he's saying it almost really loudly too.
Yeah, he's probably warning people, but I don't know that.
I mean, you can always walk up closer and just say, "Hey, dude, what's your damage?"
This is.
You're a cleric. You know how priests get. You know when other clerics show up at their temple.
I can't remember. That's to Karanos, right?
Yes.
All right. I guess I will walk up to here.
Sorry, I was sneezing.
Still a little bit far away, and I will say something along the lines of, Karanos and Thassa are friends. Why are you denying us? I don't understand.
And you just see he's kind of nervous, and he throws out some mumbo jumbo that the god requires you to stay here 2 days in the weather before you can be allowed to be sanctified to enter the temple and see the oracle.
I thought that's what the whole reason coming up the mountain, that's why it's here, is to prove ourselves, and we have already done that.
And he's throwing out a little more mumbo jumbo that sounds legit in the scantest way possible. And I think our barbarian's chewing at the bit.
Well, there's as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't done anything wrong, so I guess I would say I'm holding my action.
So what is the action you're holding for the trigger to set it off?
I guess if physical combat breaks out, I will cast Bless.
Okay, so you're starting to say some holy spell that seems very nice and pleasant, not aggressive at all, because it's a group buff spell. Far better than preparing Guiding Bolt or something like that.
Right.
Okay, so as soon as rumble happens, you're gonna bless the group. So what is our barbarian doing?
Well, since he definitely knows something's up, and no god is going to tell him to wait for longer, I'm going up to him and I'm going to grab his ass and I'm pulling him back to us.
Oh,
nobody tells me to wait.
Appreciate that.
He's not going to grab him. He's going to grab his ass.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
So go ahead and give me a grapple roll. That's athletics.
So we have a gay barbarian.
Love it.
It's a very small ass, apparently. My bad. Like, I didn't.
Well, you're big, he's small,
Yeah. Maybe he likes that, though. I don't know.
And even though he was small, he failed to squirm out of your roll there, revealing that something is wrong as he rolled an 8 for his acrobatics to get out of your grip. So how much movement do you have left, by the way?
I believe
you've grappled him, so you can drag him where you want him.
Yeah, that might have been. I have all 5 feet left.
Hey, you can grab him off the steps.
And that, so I can bring him onto my square, basically, right?
Well, no, you move and he'll move with you.
We'll move back.
So if you move back 1, then he basically is drawn back. He's immobilized until he can break free. It's a bad day for him as the barbarian just goes and picks him up by the scruff and drags him off the steps. So, our little warlock there. Things are going very bad as your friends are kind of losing their crap.
Yeah. I thought about casting Charm Person. He has advantage on his wisdom saving throw if my companions are fighting with him.
We're not fighting yet.
I have a pretty good feeling that grappling him and pulling him around counts as fighting.
That
just gonna jog his
probably
memory.
counts.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because the Leonan's treating him like a smaller Leonin and grabbing him by the scruff like a cat would.
Again, he's just gonna jog his memory.
But you could try casting it.
I could. I only have one spell slot, though. I may want to save that then. I may want to try some of my other skills. So. I could.
As the warlock is looking through his huge toolbox.
I could just, walk up and try and be persuasive. My friend, our barbarian seems to think that something is up. Do you mind providing him with a little more information so that we could all come to a much more amicable agreement in this situation before he rips something unnecessary off?
Oof.
Or necessary.
Give me your persuasion. I'm going to give you advantage since your friend is currently waving him on the neck.
Does a 19 do anything?
A 19 does a lot. Because as you realize, even without advantage, you would have had him at this moment. As all of a sudden he starts looking at the satyr. And he looks at the Leonin that's got him grappled. He can't escape right now. And he looks at the Minotaur that kind of threw some South Side gang sign at him, but not in the correct way. It was not the sign he was supposed to get. And then he looks over that there's a Triton there, which obviously would not be part of the organization he belongs to. And then some weird, creepy knight, pointy-eared guy that totally is not anything he's ever seen before. And he just kind of like immediately starts doing this panic head bob where his head's just like looking at all of you guys. And he's just like, he pulls up one of his little toga sleeves and you see he's got a dagger strapped to his wrist. And he's like offering the weapon for either of you to take off of him. And he just gives you this look of, please don't kill me. I was just hired to do a job.
I take the dagger and I will add it to my collection.
I was hired to scout out the temple here and make sure nobody that didn't know the sign, and he kind of looks over at Miki, to make sure no one gets inside the temple.
Oh my goodness. Miki, can you tell me more about this sign that he's been asking you to throw?
He gave me one of the ancient signs of the god of the Minotaurs, and I thought I had responded correctly, but I guess I didn't pay that much attention in school.
Oh my. That does not seem like something that Karanos would be terribly interested in. So I'm imagining you're not working for him, are you, my friend?
That's what I'm thinking.
Like I said, I was just hired to do a job. I'm just supposed to stay here at the door and not let anyone in the temple.
Oh, my friend, you seem to... Can I, at this point, perceive that he's been battered a little bit?
Yeah, he's a little shook up at this point, so definitely that you get the idea that he's clearly not a priest, He's been paid to do a job he probably doesn't want to do from the results that you've got. You feel that he's been coerced into doing this.
Okay.
From a certain point of view.
From a certain point of view.
You sense more he was hired to do a job and got in over his head. Less he's a true believer doing it for the cause.
What tends to happen when you're working for Mogus?
My friend, I sense that you have a great opportunity here. You have... I'm going to use the phrase that you just gave me. You have gotten a little bit over your head. And if you continue down this path, you could get into, as they say, deep shit with a god that will strike you down with lightning. Now, you could help us and get on his good side, or you can continue on the path that you're on. Which sounds like a better path to you right now.
And he totally gives you this, just he's consigned to being grappled right now, and if you let me go, I'll head down this hill right now and you'll never see me again.
Oh, but you might have some lovely information that we would love to have as we let you go.
Who will see you? And how soon?
Totally will not lay an ambush down the hill.
Yeah.
Trigger rock slides, kills everyone. The end.
Yeah. That would be fun. Did we ever, yeah, we just left the rock slides there ready for killing someone else.
Or you guys on a bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not forget about that and walk back that way.
Everyone rolls a 1, a
yeah,
lightning bolt hits the rock, and you all get smooshed.
Talk about hoisted with your own petard.
Yep.
Okay, so
And we're probably all saying this out loud in front of him, and he's like, taking notes. Okay.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere now.
and he starts looking back over his shoulder in a way that's telling you that he knows that something's about to happen, and he's just like, no, seriously, if I'm surrendering, you've got to protect me.
Sure, we'll protect you. That is what heroes do, after all. Thump. Thump my chest. Ring off the scales. Draw the sword, look noble. After all, what is the fated hero of Kethlos supposed to do except protect those who help defeat those that step out of place and correct fate? God, now I want to turn him into another devotee. Anyways.
And he basically, you're getting the body language of he's looking around like shit's gonna happen any second now.
Should someone roll a perception check? I have -1 in that, so...
Yeah, might as well.
So, dear Redeemer, who's in a really good position to do it, I mean... Well, we're gonna stick to the initiative order at the moment.
Oh, for the love of Pete's sake, Nick. I got a +4 and I still rolled a 13.
13 is not bad at all. As you hear... Make sure I got the right tool selected. Over here, there's sound of incoming. At least a handful of people coming this direction.
Oh, joy.
I will warn everybody else.
Thank you.
And you're good with where you're standing?
What? Huh?
Are you good with where you're standing? You can
Yeah.
pick your movement. You could boldly come in the front here and get into the mix of things.
No.
Retreat
I am gonna-
away.
Let's see here. Okay. Hey, get that out. I can't see my character. Stop it. There we go. And I'll get the bow ready.
Okay. So you kind of
Took
take
the bow off of the.
take a half step, then whip your bow out.
Well, now I got a better view. Now I got a better view of the stairs.
Okay, so what is Miki gonna do at this point? Lion's got this priest, grappled.
Shaking him around like a wet rag.
Your buddy over here's got his bow out, pointed down into the temple. As I have to switch tools so I can go ping. Mickey's already 100% sure this guy's full of shit. And now he's confessed that he's been hired to come here.
I mean, most people are.
It just takes a Minotaur to admit it.
Everybody lies.
Let's see here. Alright, so nothing's happening yet.
Nothing's happening yet.
Well, other than jockeying for position.
I mean, Janae obviously whipped his bow out with intent, pointing at that direction. So you think his keen, pointy ears are for more than just good looks?
I'm gonna toddle on over here. I have a pretty imposing presence. I like to glower at people as they come through the doorway so they're properly intimidated.
To glower. We don't need to worry about your prisoner. He is okay with acquiescing to. Can we go? Can we leave? Can we go down the hill? Either kill me or cut me loose.
What's coming?
It's got to be more of the cultists. They're seriously dangerous individuals.
So they're just wondering about waylaying innocent travelers who come to this temple?
No. They're here to hold the temple to get to the oracle. And as he says that, what does our priestess do?
Priestesses.
Well, I already said when they went to attack that I cast Bless, because this is our quote-unquote second round, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Drene, Biako, and Corellius all have Bless.
Wah.
Yeah. So that was at the end of the last round. He's already surrendered. So I think I will just continue. Yeah, I'll just hold my action.
So who are the three that you blessed? So I can put a marker on them.
Drene, Corellius, and Biako.
Go with blue. Blue because you're bluish purple. Okay, so you guys do have bless that you can burn on any d20 roll before you know if it succeeds or not. So you're good with where you're standing, back towards the exit, so to speak?
Yes, I am a ranged person. I do not like getting up close.
Okay. So, Biako, you've got this guy grappled. He is yet to try to get out of it.
Do we think I can let him go, or should I kill him now?
I took his dagger.
Or you could always drag him over to the corner over here.
Yeah.
Anxious to run off down the mountain, doesn't he?
Pretty much that's his plan, is to run off down the mountain. You guys get the idea with the beads of sweat starting that his goal will be to get the hell out of Denmark here. And he was kind of, you notice he was kind of slippery the way he dipped out from between you guys. I mean, the fact that he actually disengaged.
You telling me there's someone in there scarier than me? I say with my bagpipes hanging comically from my shoulders.
Well, if he's not going to try and escape, I'm going to move here and put his ass in this little crevice and say, "Don't move, or I will kill you."
Go ahead and give me
As I
an
pull out the
intimidation.
two-handed great axe.
I love the intimidation.
You want me to try intimidation? This is probably not going to go well.
Mm-hmm.
Charisma shouldn't be a dumb step sometimes. Not terrible.
14's not bad. And you get the idea that he's probably going to stay there when you threatened his life.
I will move. Well, I'm not going to be walking the shot necessarily, right? Nah, I got to be bold. We'll go just a little bit more.
Damn, and you know, you
Because
kind of
I have no idea what's coming. I just see there's a bow drawn.
you kind of hear the noise that he was hearing. It sounds like maybe one person in armor and maybe a person or two more that's not in armor. Because you don't get that chingle, you just get the whoosh of fabric. Okay, so that leads us to our warlock.
All right. Is there any place higher up that I could jump to?
Well, this is higher terrain here.
All right. I guess I can just walk up.
Okay, and you also hearing that there's incoming eminent from here.
Yep. Do. I guess I will hold my action to.
So
Sorry.
what action for what reaction?
When I see someone. Sorry, Jesus Christ, I have a problem seeing it as soon as I start talking. As soon as I see a person, I'm just going to toll the dead them.
Ooh, so just any old person that walks through, you're gonna toll the dead automatically? I like
That's
that.
actually a very good question.
I like that.
I attack the gazebo.
Because you serve the
Maybe
god
I
of
should
fate,
look
so
for a
whoever
person
comes
that
through
appears
is.
hostile.
Now, what do you mean by hostile?
They appear to be a hotel for young people traveling around.
Most likely in Europe,
Yes.
with bad public restrooms.
Boy, that was. Yeah, I'm just. Truly, is not making good choices today. He's just gonna, if someone shows up, he's tolling them. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission to cast damaging spells on people.
So true.
You know, you go to friendly temples and you desecrate them by killing people, you know, or
Yep.
consecrating them by killing people, depending on how the case may be.
Yep.
So, needless to say, out down in this where you can clearly see the group come, there's a group of 5 folks. One of them in armor with his sword and shield. That's the one in the middle there, who obviously seems like the older, smarter one that's in charge. And 4 others that seem to just have long swords and tunics on them.
And what
Looks
colors
like-
are they wearing?
Their colors are definitely more of the red than white persuasion.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm going to be tolling the dead on one of them.
So top of the order, because they had to come in the hallway here.
This one gets an arrow.
But see, that sucks for him. So how about we take a quick break to get drinks, because I have to get a barking dog from outside. So let's take a quick 5 minutes, and then we'll come right back and see how that arrow sticks in that guy.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, pets.
Sounds good.
Friggin' pets. I'm back and the doggo has been pacified.
Show musician.
Your dog has good timing.
It also allowed me to get a Red's hard apple cider.
See, I was jonesing for a strawberry vodka pop.
Ooh.
But Red's is good too.
Sadly, looks like someone just used a natural 20.
God, I was playing another game this weekend. I rolled 2 natural 20s in a row. All the damage dice I rolled were 1s.
Ooh.
For both.
Glad I got that out of the way.
The dice
Yeah,
giveth
that
and the
was-
dice taketh away.
Oh, it was so painful. People were like, what the fuck?
I missed it. What was painful?
I was playing a different game this weekend. I rolled 2 natural 20s in a row with only 1s on the damage dice.
Oh, so at least you got 2.
Yeah. It was like, what the fuck just happened here?
That sucks.
Well, I'll just got a natural 1 out of the way so it won't burn me later.
Hey, it's good to get it out of the system now.
Right?
Yep, because that's how it works.
I have my kids trained on when their dice fail them, they put them in the freezer as penance.
Good one.
Well,
It's pretty funny.
Hard to do with digital dice.
What?
It's hard to
Well,
do
at
with
least-
digital dice.
at least it's not the microwave.
You just
Yeah,
stick
I
the
told
whole
them not
thing in
to
the
do
freezer
that
and
because it
pull out
would
your
blow
spare
up or
laptop.
something.
So I think we're all back. I haven't heard Brandon, but he did roll his dice first.
Oh, I didn't want you to have to hear me eating ice cream.
You bastard.
I
Instead,
know
you
that's a
taunt
Thursday
us with
thing,
it.
but
Yeah, so let's
I
just
needed it.
torture the diabetic over here.
it's
So-
very flavorless keto ice cream if that helps.
There you
Oh.
go.
There you go, common enemy.
So going after this guy here with the bow, yeah, you see the guy come out with the toga of the reddish variety with a short sword in his hand, and you sink that arrow into him.
Not bad.
Oh, you hit him horribly bad in the guts, and you just see like blood darkening his red toga, but he is holding on to the shaft of that arrow, going.
So it's not like an anime shot where there's blood shooting everywhere.
Nope. No
Can I
money
roll?
shot for you, man.
Can I?
Not
But-
the philosophy, right?
But really close.
Yeah, no, I do not want a money shot. No.
Ew.
Oh.
Do you know how hard it is to get blood out of leather?
That's why they make red leather.
So you want to go for that held action shot there?
Yep.
So which one of these three threatening folks are you tolling the dead?
I was gonna go for the one that was injured right now.
Okay, so this guy here?
Yep.
Okay.
There's some save.
Oh my god. Will a 16 beat your DC that I can clearly see is 13?
Yep.
He actually makes his wisdom save.
Yep. I
It's
whip out
probably
my dong and he is unfazed.
Well, it's not like goats are known to be, hung like horses.
Nope.
Alrighty, so our bardish friend. You've seen
Too bad
arrow
that show
go.
never took off.
You've seen an arrow go stick. You've heard a dong go ding, and no
Sure
real
as heck
effect
wasn't
per se.
thunk.
Was this guy right here, right?
This is the wounded guy. Yep.
Let's see. I'm debating whether I want to close the distance or not.
It's
I'm
five
pretty
guys coming down in military style. Of course, you want to get close to them.
Right?
Let them come to us.
This guy's got that long sword and shield. He's just ready to lead his troops into battle.
Yeah, I don't have ranged weapons, and I don't like standing around. But I don't
Oddly
like
enough, it doesn't look like they have ranged weapons either. I mean, they've got short swords. He's got a long sword.
Daggers. I'm up to 6 of them now, I think.
He's almost got the whole Pokemon collection.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I read that wrong. I don't need to be within 20 feet. Okay, I'm casting sleep.
Sweep.
Ooh.
Because, it's a lot easier to clean up people that are asleep and easy to tie up.
Okay, go ahead and give me your sleep spell, so we see how much hit points and what your DC is.
Where did it go? There it is. Sleep.
That's a good use.
Where are you?
As she gives out the bagpipe squeak of sleep.
Can you play a lullaby on a bagpipe? Is that like an oxymoron or?
I'm sure you can play it. I don't think it'll have the same effect without the magic.
Where did you go? Spells. Where do I click to cast it? It's not working.
Oh, it's probably that level thing, isn't it?
Yeah, the level thing probably popped up.
Okay. I always forget about that.
It's sneaky. Okay, 21 hit points. What is your spell DC so I can make a bunch of saves?
I don't think there is a DC for sleep.
No, there isn't one.
This puts 21 hit points as creatures to sleep.
Yeah. It starts with the creature with the lowest hit points and just kind of like goes through and wipes them out until you run out of hit points.
And let's see. I've got new icons here I can use, so let's find what would be a good one for sleep.
Unless, of course, you're immune to sleep spells like, I am.
It happens.
We're going to use the little stopwatch. So that one falls asleep immediately. It's almost like he's so wounded that he's just like oozed off to sleep.
Does he fall on the arrow?
It does not drive further into him.
Because that would just be too funny.
Now, just so you guys know, they will wake up immediately if anybody slaps them or they take any damage. So we're going to want to tie them up before we stab them.
You can't just
Or
do a coup de grace and
kill
gank them?
Well, you can, but if, like, say someone kicks them and says, "Get up, you lazy fools," they'll wake right up. So you look, and immediately 3 of them just collapse to the ground asleep in a way that does not disturb their sleep. So all but this guy and this guy are asleep.
All right, somebody immobilize the other 2, and then we'll get in there and tie them up.
Okay, that's pretty disgruntly. So this guy is immediately going to shake this guy, by the way,
Of course.
because his friend just dropped dead. Wake up, George! Wake up! That's it for the cultists. And it's actually, as soon as his friend moves, we're gonna risk our lives here. 'Cause that's what these guys are meant for. He is totally gonna wake up his friend, and once he does, comes running out here, waving his short sword in your faces, with a nice safe 20 feet between even the closest of you. We don't worry about the priest. He's hiding in the corner.
Sure, he knows he's not intimidating.
And this guy, he's gonna, of course, come out with this guy, and almost you can see that this is obviously a military man because he's following right in step, making sure to back up the turd. But he's out of reach because he's got a short sword, and he's not stupid enough to run up to you and get hit. He's gonna make you come to him. And yeah, there's not much he can do other than he tells you that if you tread on this temple, you will die.
Yeah, because that's definitely how the God of Storms acts.
And you'll laugh at his straight roll for intimidation.
Oh boy.
It's almost like the god of this temple, thunder cracked during his intimidating speech and just covered every bit of sound he could make. Because this is what happens when you sack a thunder god's temple.
I'll have to roll for insight. Wow, I actually did one. I just did that for fun because Aurelius has such terrible insight, but for once, my goddess led me to, this man is lying.
Well, no, that was an intimidation. He was just trying to threaten you into leaving.
Yes. What would I roll against that?
Felisa, what are you going to do?
Okay, so as a side note, when you made my character for Roll20, you didn't put the spells I wanted in there. You just put spells.
Oh yeah, I think it just picked whatever was handy for.
Yeah. So the spells that I want for that, for the first level, are Bless Cure Wounds and Guiding Bolt. So
you have those on your sheet.
Yeah. Well, I made the Guiding Bolt one. I don't think it's going to work the same way the regular ones do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me sneak into your character sheet real quick.
Sure.
So, Guiding Bolt is an attack spell, right?
Yes.
with your proficiency. This is where we do the cheat. Where you type in Google Guiding Bolt 5th edition. And conveniently Roll20 comes up. It's 120 feet, so I can copy paste. Because I like to cheat. Because it's not cheating if it's just making your life easier.
Right.
I had a professor say it's only cheating if you get caught. He was a little weird.
Maybe a little.
Well, I mean, his thing is like, in the real world, you will never not have access to all the information you need. So he's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they test you on things and they expect you to have references and formulas memorized and everything, in front of your mind, and that's not how you ever work in real life.
Yeah, that's actually like an incredibly bad way to do a lot of things. And,
right?
I mean, it's like,
when I know how to do something, I always back.
If I need a mathematical formula as an engineer, I might check it in a book rather than just.
Right.
Well, that's the thing that was really pissing me off when I was going back to school to get my master's here at U of A. The all my engineering classes, the books didn't have the goddamn formulas. You had to fucking derive them yourself. I'm like, when will I ever need to derive a freaking formula? I am not in theoretical anything.
Yeah, engineering, that's particularly
just say, hey Google, what's the formula for? And it'll read it to me, even if my hands are busy.
Yeah.
No, I did a literal facepalm there when you told me that was in engineering. Because it's like, no. Engineering is not usually about deriving things. It's about.
No.
Well, the physics department was the same way, and it's just like, Jesus Christ. I have a physics book with no goddamn formulas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on your character sheet at the very bottom is Guiding Bolt if you'd like to click it.
Yes, please.
With all the content.
Oh, you want me to give it to them?
No. Go ahead and if you look in your weapons section, Guiding Bolt is at the very bottom. If you click the word Guiding Bolt, it'll roll your attack roll with all the magic fluff.
I'm doing that at this guy.
The guy with the shield.
Yeah.
Okay, you cast your Guiding Bolt, and immediately he ducks behind that nice round protective shield. And your Guiding Bolt just blasts against the shield, magical energy dispersing.
Well, I tried.
I'm trying to figure out what a sloth level is.
I move 15.
Seriously, what is that supposed to be?
Depends. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
At the bottom of Guiding Bolt.
At the higher level.
1d6 for each sloth level.
Slot.
Instead of every slot level, yeah.
Each slot level. So each spell slot.
But that's not what it says. It's saying it's a lazy, three-toe thing.
Oh, it's a typo.
It's what happens when you get it off the internet. Besides, it's assuming the caster knows what a slot level is when it pops up and says what spell level you're casting it on. Okay, so then you kind of boldly get a closer line of sight on him.
Yeah.
And then comes our poor barbarian. He's been standing there with his axe this whole time. He wants to do something.
What he wants to do is rage.
Okay, so bonus action to rage.
And he's going right for the big guy. Or the not the same as 4 other people guy.
The guy that's got the nice shield so he can protect himself.
He can certainly try.
He's not impressed by your animalistic rage, Beastman.
All right. So
The puddle of yellow below your feet says otherwise.
Okay. Had to make sure that rage is only damage and not to attack. All right. I'm gonna go swinging.
Okay.
Damn, that if that guiding bolt had hit.
Right?
So you come following the glow of tracers in people's eyes of that guiding bolt. You blur after it with your axe ready, and he just looks at you and just kind of brings that shield up a few more inches, and your axe just does that chink into the top of the shield, and he just gives you this glare over it because it's easy to see you over the shield since you're so damn big. He is totally not impressed by your charge. Do you want to use any extra movement? I could totally use an attack of opportunity.
No.
Okay. I mean, for you, you barely took a 3-step stride to get there.
Does the great axe have reach?
No.
Nope.
Damn. It should.
I know.
It just has a D10 or D12, right?
Well, if you we could surround him if you just walk around him.
So speaking of that, what are you gonna do there, Satyr?
What am I gonna do? Well, maybe my job to prevent my friend from being surrounded.
Aww. Obviously, because if you do it, you were fated to do it the whole time.
Yep.
Right.
Let's start by mumbo jumboing hexing this guy.
Which guy?
Sorry. The one that's not with the shield.
Okay, so we will use one of the new symbols. Look at this evil eye. You've given him the evil eye hex.
Alright. Sword and board. Let's give him a nice little stab in the gut with my sword.
Okay.
Ugh.
And believe it or not, your 12 will hit the guy who's only got like a leather big belt and bracers and shin guards, and obviously not in the spots where your dagger goes pokey pokey.
It's piercing damage.
Really nice stab.
Plus the hex damage.
Ooh.
As thanks to your hex, it just puts him down.
Hi there.
Obviously, the hex of the evil eye is a legit thing that actually works.
Yep.
Okay, so
Excuse me.
Monk. Give me a natural 1 so we can shoot one of your friends.
You're not a nice person, you know that?
I'm not. So I take it you're shooting this guy? Because technically with your bow, everyone's within range. You could totally shoot this guy before he wakes his compatriots up.
No, I was gonna
Shoot this guy?
Yeah.
As all of a sudden he looks right over as his compatriot gets killed. He looks right over at the warlock and over his shoulder sees the bow being stretched really taut and the arrow released, and immediately that amazing shield. He leans back and your arrow goes shing and just ricochets up into the ceiling. Thank God for that shield, man.
Yeah.
Best +2 to AC ever. Good with where you're standing?
Yeah. No.
Maybe I should roll for persuasion to make him drop it.
So what is our bard gonna do? This guy with the shield seems unbeatable. Or maybe he's just a full-blown Spartan-style warrior who's just not gonna take any shit from anybody.
Nobody's unbeatable.
And it does look like this guy's gonna go wake his friends up any minute.
Which one?
This lone guy that's awake over here?
Perhaps I should cast sleep again. Let's see.
You could also do Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action, right?
Mm-hmm. And I think you've got Vicious Mockery.
I do. Yeah, I'm pondering.
Yeah, saves are usually the way to get around AC.
What are?
Anything that you require saves. That's one reason I took a Toll of the Dead instead, Eldritch Blast. The traditional Warlock spell.
Vicious Mockery doesn't do a lot of damage.
It doesn't. Well, you would be the first person to do damage.
What was that?
I said, how about some hideous laughter?
Ooh, that's a good one. It's funny because I've got Tasha's Cauldron of Everything right here, and it's Tasha's,
I mean, he's going to look at his buddy that's asleep and then just suddenly find that so funny he's going to fall on the floor.
Maybe?
What is the range? I think that one's like 30 feet. Yeah, where am I?
Oh, you're easily within that range. You're right at 30 feet.
Yeah, I was wondering whether to cast it on that guy or like run a little bit and cast it on this guy.
Run to here and then cast to
Yeah,
there.
because I don't want him waking the others up.
Okay. So
okay. Hideous laughter it is. Where is it?
Now the important question is this charm? All right, Tasha's hideous laughter.
It's on my spell sheet, but I don't have it on my attacks. Why not?
Succeed a wisdom saving throw or fall prone. It's funny how they have to be smart enough to get the hilarity of it. Okay, so here goes his wisdom save. Oh, shnikey. Is your spell DC higher than a natural 20?
Oh, snap.
Nope.
As you cast this, and he's just got the fury and the anger in the eyes. Part of it you think is he's seeing a Minotaur who he serves working with these people. You're better than that. He's offended by you not relishing in slaughter and wearing the skins of your victims.
You believer.
I mean, seriously, we need a Minotaur wearing a toga made of human skin. I'm just saying.
Gross.
When you see that, you'll know it's a boss Minotaur. Just saying.
It's not bad enough that I'm a Minotaur wearing clothes made out of cow skin.
Yeah,
that's not offensive at all.
Well, that didn't work.
Did you want to throw out some Bardic Inspiration?
As a bonus action. Let's see. Who's after me?
Me.
You want to be inspired?
Absolutely.
All right. Consider yourself inspired.
Yay, thank you.
That's exactly how she does it too. She flicks her hair and just looks at you with these big cow eyes. It looks so sweet. And that you can get lost in those eyelashes and say, consider yourself inspired.
Oh, you make everything so much.
It's like the sexy lady cow Minotaur version of the smolder.
It's hard to smolder when you're a cow. It really is.
Okay, so this cultist here, he was going to think about waking his friends up, but then you really pissed him off. So he's going to walk over here, step on his buddy, as best he can, making his buddy into difficult terrain. And still ending up right there next to you, because he had just enough movement to walk through difficult terrain and still get to you.
Of course.
He's used this friend as a trampoline.
Because he's hoping stepping on his friend's back will wake him up, which it does. And he's gonna shank you. He's gonna shank you with his short sword.
Of course he is.
And yes, I know it says scimitar, but it's a short sword. So will a dirty 21 hit you?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's gonna hit somehow.
See how angry you made him? For 3 slashing damage. As you're like, seriously, I've worked my whole life to be liked by people, and now someone from a Minotaur cult hates me? That's just raw. So, Priest is kind of peeking around the corner here to see who's winning, by the way. He's not running, but he's looking to see who's winning.
I'm gonna glower at him.
I can point to the body. Look! Victory!
Sure. I hope he's sufficiently intimidated.
Yeah.
And then this guy's not happy that you murdered one of his up-and-coming troops.
Oh, sorry.
And he's gonna swing on you, because that's what one does.
Stabbed. All I did was help them take a nap. So they seem cranky.
So will a 17 hit our satyr?
No. My AC is 18.
Wow. So good thing you've got that extra protection there. Yep. But the important question is, for our barbarian, will a 16 hit him?
It will. It will.
For before you're having, because you are berserking, so remember half damage, for 9 slashing points.
Holy moly.
As he does this, swings on the centaur and then swings on the Leona in this one flash of swordplay. As you're realizing this guy's not too shabby. So what does our priestess do?
How many hit points do you have left, Yako?
It's what, 4, right? So 11.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
still
not too bad.
Right
okay.
up there with
not too bad.
Thankfully for our barbarian, thanks to his berserking rage, that 9 points of slashing was actually 5 points of slashing.
Oh, if it's 5, then I'm at 10.
Okay, well, I don't like these two guys. Well, I thought there was 2. I don't like this.
This one's dead.
This guy over here. He irritates me because he's a douchebag.
He blocked your guiding bolt. That alone should piss you off.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna try to hit the guy with the shield.
Okay, you going for the guy going after your bard friend that
yes,
cut your bard.
Yes. And I'm just going to do this, which I don't hit.
As you whip out your crossbow and take the quick snapshot that just misses way high, shatters against the wall over here. It was super intimidating, though.
Yeah.
Super intimidating. Just shot a little shy of hitting Miki.
All right.
And then you're boldly strolling inside. I'm assuming you're reloading your crossbow. That's for your bonus action. Okay. So it's our barbarian's turn. He cuts you, man. He cuts you. Worse, he cuts you with his backhand.
That is insulting. But I'm going to move in between these two, and I'm going to roar a daunting roar. So I need both of them to make wisdom saving throws, please. DC is only 13, but...
Wow. So the cultist rolled a natural 20. Obviously, he serves minotaurs. He's not scared that easily by just a angry cat person. Sadly, their leader rolled a mighty 11.
So he is frightened of me until the end of my next turn. That is unexpected. I was expecting the other one.
And you want to know something funny? Is the soldier has a thing that gives him advantage if he had someone adjacent to him against frightened. It's kind of why I picked him, because that way, maybe he would survive being frightened. It didn't work out that way.
It sounds like it's a good thing I killed that guy.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Then, as much as I want to hit the guy who hit me, I don't like this guy doesn't think that I'm scary. So, fuck that guy.
Oh.
And I will remember to actually use my bless this time because that was dumb of me that last time.
Okay. I just got to share this real quick. There's a recipe for stuffed camel. Ingredients: 1 whole medium-sized camel.
Oh, is that all?
Wait. 1 whole large-sized lamb. 20 whole chickens. 60 eggs, 12 kilos rice, 2 kilos pine nuts, 6 kilos almonds, 1 kilo of pistachios, 10 gallons of water, 5 tablespoons black powder, salt to taste.
Pretty sure that's
We're not eating camel without pine nuts. That would be uncivilized.
I'm pretty sure that's for the entire village.
It's like turducken.
But so much upgraded.
You should replace that, chickens with rabbits. Then like one whole camel, medium sized.
So, needless to say, I posted in there what Frightened's condition is for those who don't know. I'm assuming you're using that +3 to your 17?
Yeah. Is a 20 gonna hit this little cultist?
A 20 will hit that little cultist.
All right. So since I'm raging, this will be an additional +2. So that is 11 damage to the cultist.
Oh, ignore that 4, by the way, because it thinks you rolled that crit. So
well then 7.
7 points.
I was wondering where it was, but I was like, I'm not going to question roll 20 if it wants to tell me I made more damage.
It was assuming the with advantage was the thing there. See, now if you would have gotten right here, you would have had that advantage.
But
So 7 points. So you come up
scary.
and you just gouge the crap out of him. I mean, he looks... There's no doubt he is hurting right now. His knees quivering from blood loss as your axe just is causing a gushing wound in his shoulder. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all.
Maybe.
Is that the one that stabbed me?
That's the one this one right here.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna leer at him as he collapses.
No, he's still alive. He's barely alive, but the stuff of life is still holding on to him.
He's just sad.
He's a sad man. Now you got that song.
I've learned the power of drawing
stuck in your head. So
this is the one that got an arrow in him.
So that one is the one who got the arrow, who's now awake. He's not on his feet, but he's awake.
Yeah. Of course, then he's going to move, and that little drawing's not going to go with him. But anyways,
what is that little drawing?
That's the arrow stuck in him.
So we're playing with flanking rules, right?
Yep.
So I can stab this guy in the back.
Stab which guy in the back?
The guy with the shield.
You mean if you stepped on the corpse?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you stepped on the corpse, you would get flanking.
Oh yeah, I don't mind stepping on corpses. Oopsie
Did you hear that your hoof crushes something moist?
Ew.
Ooh, I got cultist on my hoof.
And hey, I mean, with that guy being frightened, you're thinking maybe I got a shot at this.
Yep. I use my bonus action to transfer my hex to him. I'll give him disadvantage to, I don't know, strength checks. In case that comes up.
He has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls right now.
Yeah,
well, against the target of his fear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, anyways.
He's got to get out of line of sight
I just have to...
the Leonin.
I just need to name something as long as I'm hexing him. Just for the sake of completeness. So I try to stab him. I stab him.
Stabby, stabby, stabby.
Right thing.
Hey, we finally hit him.
With a dirty 20, that will hit him.
All right. 8 piercing damage. Plus 2 necrotic.
Oof. His wound's already gone septic.
Yep.
Okay, he's still on his feet, and you just like stab this nasty gush right into his thigh. You can practically smell the wound going bad already.
Yep. Happy hello.
This is not going to be good for him.
Yep.
So top of the order, it's our monk's turn. He still needs to roll me that natural 1 so I can shoot one of you guys. Come on, they're all lined up in front of them. And you also have Arrow Guy here that looks like he's probably going to wake up this cultist and run away any second.
I'm going to move over here and shoot that guy again.
Or you try to. He is prone, so you're going to be at disadvantage.
Of course.
Because he's yet to get up. Unless you want to hold your action.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
But you're going to be like using your magic homing arrow that homes in on the first one and splits through it. Go ahead and roll for damage. As I'm just going to check him red.
Yeah, he's pretty dead, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Seeing as he only had 1 point left, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
His head exploded from an arrow.
Did I put another arrow on him with my...
The worst part is he's just drizzling down the stairs.
Gross.
There you go.
So what's our bard gonna do?
Hammering horns. Right here. I'm pissed at this guy, and he's not quite dead yet.
He is not quite dead yet, so you're just gonna bash him with your horns?
Oh, not
I
dead
am.
yet.
Obviously, because he's a
he makes you
card-carrying cult member, so you're gonna... He who lives by the horn dies by the horn. So a 16 will definitely hit.
Awesome.
You wanna click the little word horns.
Why didn't it roll the damage? I'm confused.
Try clicking the word horns.
That's what I did.
No, in the chat. In the chat.
Oh. There we go.
So three piercing is you just bring your horns down, and each horn goes just past his clavicle, his collarbones, and goes into his chest as you pull your horns out, and like gout of anime style blood sprays everywhere.
Nice.
Because you wanted it, so I gotta give it to you.
He did it first.
We're gonna move the purple.
Oh boy, that smile is extra now.
See, I was trying to just move it so I could mark the token, but it's more dramatic that way.
What if we have his family's address so I can send the dry cleaning bill?
Okay, you still have your full movement if you'd like to move somewhere.
I think I'm gonna... Oops. Wrong button. I think I'm gonna go back this way. Because I have a feeling that dude might be running low on intimidation and thinking about sneaking off.
Oh, after the lion roared at his ass, he was definitely licking his lips, thinking, okay, which direction do I run? Up the stairs
Yeah.
or out the gate?
I'm gonna run over here where I can glower at him intimidatingly.
Okay. To glower. So, needless to say, the last cultist over here is sleeping soundly. Sleeping through the murder of all of his friends.
We should probably keep one alive to find out what's going on,
What
hey?
weird dream.
This guy's got no problem standing watching you guys winning and not running because they're just going to be chased down the hill.
Yep.
And then we've got Soldier Boy, who is going to attempt to run.
Oh boy. I guess he can disengage.
So he's going to, from the one, he's not going to disengage from the satyr. He's not that intimidated by you. I mean, you did cut him pretty bad, but he is an absolute terror of the lion. So he's going to go back this way. And when he steps back from this square that would cause attack of opportunity, he's going to disengage and waste his action. And then run for the stairs.
Do I get to stab him?
Nope, because he disengaged right here, which means neither of you get your attacks of opportunity.
Alright.
He was going to go sideways, but unfortunately with fear, he's got to go away from the lion. Which means straight back in that direction. But what does our priestess say about that? I mean, he's totally within crossbow distance, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
And you do have inspiration.
He made
I
you
do have
use your
inspiration.
guiding bolt.
Is it possible for me to drop my crossbow and pull my trident, or do I have to be? Am I stuck with the crossbow?
Well, you can trident. I don't think is trident range.
Yep.
So for your movement, you can switch weapons.
Well, I don't remember how to do that arrow thing.
Oh,
How far
it's
is he
the
from me?
circle with the measuring tape. He's 40 feet away from you.
Okay, so the throw range is 20-60.
Okay, so it would be with a disadvantage.
I'll just use the crossbow.
Okay, so you line up the crossbow.
I'm looking for it. Hold on. There it is.
And if you have inspiration on your character sheet, you can always cash it in before you roll.
Oh, before I roll?
Yeah,
I
you
thought
have to say it
do
before you roll.
Oh.
No,
It's
the bardic inspiration you can use after you see what you roll, but before you know if it was successful or not.
Right, that's what I thought.
And yes, I'll
I'm
give
not
you.
gonna use because a 10's not gonna do shit. So I just miss.
That's right. We forgot to give you a thingy for your bardic inspiration. I'm looking
What'd
for
you
a
say?
picture. We forgot to give you a marker to remind you that you have bardic inspiration.
Oh yeah. You have a little dot.
I was looking to see if there's a cool symbol that looked better, but you know, we'll go ahead and give you the cool archery thingy.
Nice.
Okay, the barbarian is measuring up distance here. I noticed.
Oh, I'm giving chase.
Because cats do that.
Right there.
They don't let their prey get away.
He thinks he's all clever trying to run away, you know, kind of sideways. Forget that. Especially because my roar finishes at the end of my turn right now. Not like it'll do anything.
You'd rather that he doesn't hit you back.
Let's see if I can make that happen.
Ooh.
All right.
Getting cocky. Don't get cocky, kid. Or I should say, don't get cocky, kitten.
Just in case that somehow makes a difference. Does a 9 hit?
A 9 does not hit his indomitable armor class. As you come running and you can see his eyes get huge, and he puts as much of that shield between you and him as possible, it seems for a second like that shield doubled in size.
My only concern is who's he running to?
Huh.
And thankfully, at the end of your turn, the roar wears off, right?
Yes. That's an
Okay.
ominous ping at the bottom of the map.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Your cleric is just trying to scare you. So what is our clever little satyr gonna do?
So my movement is 35.
Uh-huh.
I can get in front of him.
Yes, you can.
That's
Okay.
not a square.
You're going.
I was saying this is in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming this is not a square.
That is not a square.
Okay. So let's move myself from dead body zone to in front of him. And using any hops I need to. It's my jolly way. Since this guy is sort of an asshat, I might as well use my other hex on him as well.
What's your passive perception, by the way? As you're running, scooching through your lion friend's square to get in front of him.
It's 9.
Okay. You
Let's see.
notice nothing out of sorts.
Yep. So I'm going to use my other hex on him just because he's annoying me. This is not necessarily a great move, but tossing this to the chat. It's really long.
Place a baleful curse on someone as a bonus action. Choose one creature you can see within 30 feet, and the target is cursed for 1 minute. The curse ends early. The target dies. You can be fascinated. Yada yada yada. You gain bonus to damage rolls against cursed target. Nice.
Yep.
So that'll add an extra 2 and increases your crit range.
Yep. It increases the chances of murdering him pretty quickly.
That's just
If I drop my
nasty.
shield, I could even stab him some extra time. So let's just go for the short sword still. Ugh.
As he is totally Captain American your ass. You swing to you were gonna stab him right in the guts as he's running up the stairs, and he just blocks the axe and then smashes your blade aside.
This guy is too much.
Well, we're a bunch of first level characters, so yeah.
Yep.
We can't expect all our fights to go like the last one.
Okay, so what does the Redeemer do? As you see this guy, he looks like he's gonna get away from your friends.
Okay. And I'm going to shoot him in the back.
You're gonna try.
Well, and don't give me the shield crap.
Captain America, man.
God
Captain
damn it.
America. As all of a sudden he blocks the hex blade, and then the arrow comes whizzing because this room's got great acoustics, and he immediately pulls the shield behind his head, cocky Captain America move, and the arrow just goes twing. This guy's got skills that pay the bills, that's for sure. As the bard's over here in the corner, and the guy's going, "That's the captain of the warriors." I mean, thankfully the fight is going in your favor at the moment, so your priest friend has no ideas of doing anything other than staying put. So what's Miki gonna do?
Well, I can't reach him, so I guess I'm gonna have to shout at him. Get back here, you half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
Okay, I'm assuming I need a wisdom save. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So, I'm assuming a 4 will not beat your...
This is why I said saves when armor class is high. I'm not doing
Thank God
it,
you rolled the minimum roll you could make. So he takes 1 point of damage.
Well...
Psychic damage as you're impugning his honor because he's running away. You notice that his eyes kind of, flare up at the insult. Because it was pretty damn insulting. As the priest whispers to you saying, I wouldn't taunt him. He's a deadly swordsman. And now that he is not frightened of the Leonin, he seems to be very, very insulted by the lion man who roared and made him wet himself. Because no one wants to wet their toga. Or in this case, chainmail loincloth.
That's gonna rock.
All right, everyone, all of your minions who witnessed it are dead. So.
Or dead or sleeping. So he's going to go snicker snack with his sword. Unfortunately for him, on his first snicker snack, he rolls a 4. Which isn't the unfortunate part. The unfortunate part that 4 is a natural 1.
Oops.
Obviously, his
Who dropped
palm.
that shield? What? Okay.
His palm was sweaty. Now I'll give you the choice since he rolled natural 1. Does he drop the sword or the shield?
Shield.
You threw it out there. I mean, I'll take it.
Shield.
Okay, so he fumbles the shield, dropping his AC by 2. That 18 becomes a 16. Far, far less insane. So you all laugh that I've got a guy with AC 18 when you're walking around with a warlock with an 18 too.
He's not going galumping back with anybody's head.
And his second snicker snack of that sword is going to hit our barbarian. Do you have an AC of 14 or higher?
14.
So 14 will hit. I like that. As he hits you for 4 points before you're having it.
All right.
Not as effective as his last slash. And you know what? He's going to risk an attack of opportunity from the warlock to step on his last member over here and kind of take a position there. Would our warlock like to take his basic attack of opportunity?
Sure thing.
Against his diminished AC?
All right.
I almost thought he'd get away if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Holy Snikey.
And
Yes.
finally he rolls high enough to hit the guy's AC.
That's 9 piercing damage.
So as he was attempting to get to his compatriot over here, notice how I said attempting instead of doing, the hexblade shanks him in the kidney and, with the shield clattering on the floor right here, and just finishes him off brutally.
I didn't even finish adding all my damage to that.
Funny enough, you only needed 5. You could have threw a toothpick at him, done 1 point, and had your hex do the rest.
Yep. Technically, I had another 3 hex damage coming.
And the funny thing is, poor Miki's over here going, "What's going on?" as he disappeared around that corner and he can't see what's happening.
Well, guys, we also got a prisoner out of this.
Time up.
All right. Oh, I could transfer my hex on him.
Do you do that? You can totally do that.
I can make him weak against insight.
So wisdom?
Wisdom, yeah. That will make him more persuadable, right?
And that's disadvantage on wisdom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just as if we're persuading him, that seems like a good.
That's definitely a good thing to do.
Yeah.
If he's tied up, go ahead and smack him. He should wake right
tie him up, wake him up, say, hey.
Boo.
Okay. So you basically tell the group, hey, the captain's gone down.
Yep.
Okay, so as soon as you do that and you move kind of closer, the priest whispers to you, Mickey. But what about the Minotaur?
What Minotaur?
There's Minotaur inside?
And he says it's so quiet, barely Mickey could only be the only one who hears this. Because, I'm a jerk. Hey, the Minotaur was inside the library.
Wait, what?
Oh, dear.
Hey guys. We might want to regroup outside, not take him inside. There's a Minotaur in there somewhere.
Okay.
Well,
I can transfer my hex and this guy dies. So if we kill him at an opportune, nope.
You can coup de grace him if you're evil. I mean,
no.
This guy literally has done nothing to you guys. He didn't even get to see you guys thanks to his sleep spell.
Nope.
He walked in the doorway and woke up and everyone was dead.
He was following the cultists in front of him, ready to go to war, and then decided to stop and take a nap instead.
And then he wakes up hogtied. Yeah.
Oh, wait. And he has disadvantage on wisdom saves, and we have a Minotaur with us. That's brilliant.
Yes, we do.
So what are you going to do?
Let's all take him outside, away from the dead bodies, and let's explain to him.
Or you can let him see the dead bodies.
Well, we could do that.
He's on his way by. He's got to walk through them.
Yep.
There's a Minotaur in there. I'm surprised he didn't hear the scuffle.
He's magically asleep.
Good insight that he probably heard this scuffle. It's not like it was quiet and it was on the stairs.
How many others are in there?
Are we asking the sleeping guy?
I'm asking the quote-unquote priest.
She's over here talking to the priest. And he says that there was 2 Minotaurs that came with the oracle.
Anyone else?
Well, she brought a full complement of soldiers. There should have been 12 of them total.
Oh, we only found 5?
Don't forget the ones that went down the hill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We fought something like 5 of them. Was that 5? My notes aren't that thorough. We fought these
4 or 5.
4.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Was it a 4?
So there's a couple of Minotaurs and a couple more soldiers in here yet, and I'm sure we've probably made enough racket that they're probably on their way out here to see what's going on. So we may want to decide where we're going to go regroup to question this guy.
And the Minotaur idea would be absolutely terrifying.
Right.
Yeah.
As your Minotaur of all people will know.
They're not bards.
Practice your games a little bit. Just hang out with a priest for a second, do it a few times.
How do I hold my hoof again?
And by the way, since the 2 of you were up on the stairs, you saw that there's a great library in here. It's got like 20-foot tall bookshelves. They're huge. Tons of scrolls and some leather-bound books.
Ooh.
Nice. I'd love to peruse that. At the same
Guys,
time.
you guys are in the library. Wherever that is.
At the moment, though, I think we should definitely tie up our current guy and just kind of back off a little bit.
Okay, so who's tying the guy up?
Someone that knows something about knots.
Does anyone fit that bill?
I don't know if
that
a
would be
survival skill. Is that
I don't know. I'm a sailor.
Yeah,
sounds good.
that'll work.
I know how to tie knots for my musical instrument. That's a little bit different.
What do you think? A cloven or a sheep shank?
Is that something I need to roll, Jim?
Yep, it would be a survival roll. Or if you have proficiency ship, you could do that too.
Proficiency what?
Proficiency land sea vehicles. You could totally tell me that you're using your knot skill from your nautical training.
Yeah, that was what I was going with.
So you'd click proficiency and then hit dexterity or wisdom. I'm assuming you'd want to use wisdom because you have this ancient knowledge of rope work.
Yeah, I don't know where that is on my sheet.
So on the bottom left-hand side, you should have proficiency sea vehicles.
It's not on here. It's just showing me armor, language, and weapons.
Okay, then just roll me a d20 and add your wisdom and your proficiency modifier, which is +2.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't think I need to add the other ones.
So you're more than 25.
Uh-huh.
So needless to say, you make a knot like no knot these guys have ever seen. It's practically a mythological knot at this point. There will be stories told of this magical knot that a Triton tied once that could never be undone.
I will sing songs of your knot.
Great.
What a naughty girl you were.
There we go.
So whereabouts
Sorry.
are you guys retreating to?
Let's. Yo, spy priest, do you know any good places to hide outside here?
At the bottom of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little place with 3 vendors who sell things people leave on the mountain. We can buy a wagon and leave.
That's a little further than we want to go.
But it's still not far enough to be safe.
That's true. The only truly safe place is in the heavens.
Just ask your monk. He'll tell you no, it's not. Just when you think it's safe, some asshole will pluck you from the sky and put you to work.
Something like that.
Interesting philosophical question, then. So, how about if we just go out? I'm looking at the map for a second. Do we want to just oh, hey.
I mean, you guys could totally grab your 2 hostages and run for like a mile down the hill.
We could.
We could just go around the bend a little bit so that, if someone looks out the front door, they don't see us immediately.
We give ourselves a little time to regroup and plan how we're going to deal with 2 minotaurs.
Yeah, I want to I'm making an X on the map a little bit down the ways.
Okay, so you're retreating a good distance.
Yeah. I'm thinking about just... it'll expose us to the weather a bit, but it'd be a way to...
But oddly enough, you still got that blessing that's looking out for you right now. It's almost like the bad weather disappears.
Yep. Is anyone else up for this plan?
I think it's a good plan.
Okay.
We can do that, but I'm picking up this clearly magical shield on the way out because that thing blocked everything.
Right.
It is a magical, beautiful bronze +2 shield. And after all, shields don't happen to mess with a barbarian's AC.
I'm gonna go kick this one that stabbed me and see if he's carrying anything interesting.
So they do have little coin purses. They each have their short swords. Enough leather accoutrements if you're wanting to strip them naked that you could basically have leather armor. If you don't have better already. And
can we just strip them naked for fun?
Are you going to take the time to do that while your team is retreating?
Not right now.
Okay. I mean, you could totally stay behind and loot the bodies. I just need to know if you're doing that.
We should go.
I steal a short sword.
Okay.
Trelius could always use extra weapons, apparently.
Apparently he's collecting daggers and short swords so he can leave them behind as evidence of someone else's murder.
That's actually not why I'm stealing them, but that was it's because I spent all my money on armor and my musical instrument, and so I did not actually spend much money on weapons.
So as you guys do grab their coin purses, at least I'm thinking on the way out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you guys know where the real money is. You get you get 17 silver pieces and 13 gold pieces. And the assorted 4 different purses that you pulled off the ground.
Yep.
And off your hostages' belts. And I take it you're strategizing and taking a, air quotes, short rest.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you can spend hit dice if you'd like to heal.
I can get my spells back and my curses.
Well, remember, it's just a short rest, so it's only things that you get back on a short rest.
Well, I'm a warlock, so...
Yeah, he gets it all back on a short rest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's because he gets hosed on his spells per day, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys pretty much, are camping out there, and the spy guy, formerly known as the priest, has no problem telling you the whole reason they're there, even though the other guy keeps giving him dirty looks and telling him how the, god of slaughter will eat his heart and spit it out as unfit for sacrifice, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, so, here's the skinny. That crazy bitch is here to get a reading from the oracle, and then she's going to kill the oracle as a sacrifice to her god of slaughter. And I'm telling you, that's going to be bad for everybody. I mean, she was joking about some dupes that she met on the road here that she prophesized they were great heroes, and she managed to sucker them into staying out of this conflict from the very beginning. And then her minotaurs are going to eat anybody that's left in there. I think there might be like 1 or 2 priests still hiding in the facility. But the important thing is that the minotaurs are afraid of killing the oracle themselves. The oracle of the sky god, not the oracle that they work with. As he realizes he's being confusing talking about 2 oracles at the same time.
Well, I'm an oracle too, so we can make it even more confusing.
Oracle Triumvirate. So what else do you want to know? And basically, you can each ask him a question before we wrap it up there.
All right.
1 question each. Choose wisely.
We go in order of initiative.
Or whoever's got a great question to throw out first.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm going to end up asking what his favorite color is or something.
What? Is the ground speed of unladen swallow?
African or European?
All right.
Well, there's 2 of our questions. Great. Thanks, guys.
So I guess I'll start with trying to come up with a sensible question. So they were in the library. What was currently holding them back from reaching the oracle right now?
Apparently 2 of the priests, did some magic thing from what I heard. I didn't get to see what was happening. I was sent back outside to keep any other travelers from coming up there. Since it's been a few days, they wanted to make sure that nobody got up the hill. But there's
Alright.
some kind of magical defenses that were, keeping them from reaching the Oracle. But that was like 2 days ago.
All right.
They could be there by now.
Hmm.
There were like 100 guards here. What happened to them?
Well, most of them were just acolytes, and you don't want to know what the Minotaurs did to them.
Yeesh.
As he gives you this look of like, big scary Minotaur and little level 1 acolytes.
Yes, because we're level 1.
Yeah, but you're not acolytes. Acolytes are equal to a quarter of a player character. You're totally way more.
Yeah, but there's like 100 of them.
I'm sorry, I was distracted for a second. What did they say about where the Oracle is?
Oh, nobody asked where the Oracle was. Just that had they reached the Oracle yet?
Okay. So they're still looking for the Oracle.
What's that?
So they're looking for the Oracle?
They're looking for the Oracle. She should be in the shrine of Karanos' chamber.
Can he sketch out the inside of the temple for us so that we know, so that we have like a makeshift map?
He can sketch out for you everything on your side of this green line, because he hasn't been further in than that.
All right.
So you know about the divination chamber, you know about the orrery, the library, and of course the entrance that you've already been to. But he knows that just by what their earlier victims were talking about, this way leads to the priests' chambers where they sleep, eat, and pray. And that the priestess has a chamber that's adjacent to the shrine room.
All right.
He knows nothing of that room.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
So I'm confused. So they've been here and they think that the Oracle is in here, but they haven't found her yet?
Well, this is just the spy who's standing outside waiting for you guys, who's not one of their inner circle.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's some sort of magical barrier keeping them from getting to the Oracle.
Well, some kind of defense.
Yeah.
Anybody else have a question?
For the Minotaur in charge, the mysticky one, like my friend here, does she or it have any weaknesses you think I can exploit personally?
He kind of desperately grabs at your shield, and he's like, "You don't understand. The Minotaurs aren't in charge. They're just her muscle. The Oracle, she's the one in charge. She has a prophecy that if she can do something, she will make sure that the god of slaughter will marry her in some profane ritual and make her into a goddess.
Ew.
So she's nuts.
She just has to drink the hearts and drink from the skulls of a group of heroes that have been destined to travel the world."
Fuck.
Oh, we walked into that one.
So back down the mountain, guys?
Suddenly feel a quest calling on the other side of the continent. Anyone else?
Totally. Leave the mountain. Let her get more powerful. Run into her later.
We could also get around this by just not having skulls anymore.
That could be a thing.
I mean, I do have this great axe, so
Yeah.
I can help with a couple people. It's gonna be hard to get myself.
You realize that one most often encounters one's destiny on the road one took to avoid it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes. But that often happens in stories, so I do want to be like a hero from stories.
And I will throw out, now that he's talking to you guys, and he's kind of a cleverish guy, there is an opening on the cliffside over here that leads up into the temple that you could try in athletics to climb.
Yeah, that might be a way to get in without...
Totally would be available to you guys with the god's blessing right now. Totally was not available to them when the rain was pouring down and it was a disadvantage to climb this hill.
I did see that over there, but I don't know if we've decided if we want to go back inside right now.
I think I'm pretty decided that I want to go back inside.
There's this oracle on oracle violence.
The only thing about going back inside right now is I've used a lot of spells.
Yeah,
I need a long rest.
I don't have any spell slots left.
So, is there a place that we could hide over by that entrance?
Somebody give me a survival roll, or if it's two people working together, you have advantage on the roll. But I don't want everybody rolling survival, because that just increases your odds too much.
I only have +2.
I have a +3, and I've been rolling decently on it, but I feel like I'm going to roll tragically bad. At least one of these two.
Maybe one of the bards will inspire us.
I'm not quite the survivalist I look like, but Andy still has that. Does that work on
the bardic inspiration? Yeah,
the inspiration, right?
Ability to... So she could add a 1d6 to it.
All right, so I just click survival and then a d6, right?
Yep, exactly.
Oh.
Would you like to add the d6?
Why
not? Might as
well. So with your dirty 23, it doesn't take you much time to backtrack over to here. And just off the map, you find a small opening that turns out to be a nice sized cave. That's a crack inside to the mountainside. That doesn't look like a cave because there's one little bush that covered it. So you missed it like a dozen times walking by it. And you, using your keen survival sense, found this little cave that you guys could conveniently hide in and conceal yourselves with zero issue.
Sweet.
Nice. Right. I could use a nap.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys going in there to take a long rest and basically hiding?
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone going to be on watch?
I will. I mean, I don't need another rest, so.
Okay, give me a perception check, both of you guys.
Oh, good lord. Why do I say these things?
Oh, for the love of...
Well...
That's why you say these things.
Okay, so our satyr with his keen ears, because he's good at that, could have swore something really big walked up the hill while you guys were camped out there.
Right.
Something almost very muscularly minotaur.
Wonderful.
Dun dun dun.
Possibly our monk didn't hear it go down and it was just returning up to the temple, or they've reinforced themselves with something else.
Because, you know, this is never a bad thing.
Never.
Well,
but of course, I will tell you, all of you have horrible dreams while you're sleeping. Because needless to say, the Lord of Storms is very upset that you're sleeping while his daughter's in danger. I mean, the Oracle is in danger. And the whole time you're getting dreams like a baby hanging off a tree branch in this powerful storm. And then you look down and realize the tree branch is swaying off the edge of a cliff with torrential storm in the ocean below. And you're like, we need to hurry up and go. And the whole time you're like, trying to sleep. And you all have little puppy kicks in your feet because you can't get good, decent sleep. But you can get good enough sleep for a long rest. Because, he's not trying to be a dick about it. Well, he's totally being a dick about go
He's not
rescue
trying to
my
be
oracle.
too much of it.
He's
You're
just
big
telling
damn
us
heroes. Get
that
back
he
to
doesn't
work.
want to make it hard for us.
You
Harder.
guys have one job. Be heroes. Go be heroes. And while you guys feel the warmth of this cave, because somebody made a badass cool survival fire in there with her 23 that can't be seen from outside, you feel this warmth as the cave warms up. And you haven't felt this warmth in, like 2 days of trudging through this godforsaken mountain. And you feel this beautiful glow that seems to almost surround you. And a golden surrounding glow that feels a ding in your heart as you guys have hit level 2.
Nice.
Because you guys have actually rested. If you hadn't rested, I wasn't going to give it to you yet.
Alright.
So yes, y'all need to level up to level 2. Which we can always do later because it's a good time to wrap it up there. Because I know some folks need to go to bedtime.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Good job. By the way, I will give you kudos for retreating instead of pushing on, especially after that guy went, "Psst, what about the Minotaur?"
Yeah, I don't think we were in any condition to take that on.
I don't know. I was impressed as hell the way you took down that group. I mean, Captain America was impressive himself, but...
Yeah.
Oh, that was just ridiculous.
See, now you all know how I feel when I try to hit your satyr in the face. Just saying.
But now I have a second short sword, so I can use 2 short swords instead of my shield to get double hex.
Twin blades of the dark hex.
Yep.
Suck it, Damocles. You only had 1 sword. I've got 2.
Yeah. Then now I have to figure out which invocations I'm going to have to learn.
Because level 2's got some important stuff for you guys.
Yep.
Yep, I get Channel Divinity. Woo woo!
Which, that is definitely a good one.
What do I get? Can't remember. Now I gotta think.
You get more monk stuff.
Yeah.
I get to be extra reckless with my attacks. So, there's that.
Yeah, you can opt to recklessly attack and give somebody advantage at hitting you back.
But advantage at hitting as well.
Yes, you get advantage to hit the guy, but you give them advantage back. Which then becomes this horrible slugfest, except, oh yeah, if you're raging.
Key and I get the really move now.
Yes.
You get the monk speed and you get the key attacks, because Flurry of Blows is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The amount of damage output you can do with that.
Let's see. Flurry of Blows. Immediately after you take the attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to take 2 unarmed strikes at bonus action.
And remember, your unarmed attacks are still your monk attack, so it's not like you're doing just 1 point of damage. You're doing that move in that one Jackie Chan movie where the guy's like, "Where'd that come from?" and kicks are coming from everywhere.
Or, don't mess with the Zohan. Was that your foot?
And the shoe comes straight up.
Ooh, 2nd level means Jack of all trades and Song of Rest.
Yeah, Song of Rest is nice for short rests. You can, bump up that heal effect.
Patient defense.
And the monk should also get one that gives him, for a key point, I think you can dodge and disengage.
Yeah.
Or jump.
Defense. You can spend 1 key point to take the dodge action as a bonus action on your turn.
And dodge is really nice, by the way. I mean, nobody...
Step up the wind. You can spend 1 key point to take the disadvantage or dash action or disengage or dash action as a bonus action on your turn.
Mm-hmm. They're
and
all
your jump
about...
distance is doubled for the turn.
Because you're doing that whole Remo Williams, if you guys have ever seen that one, where the guy's running across the water.
Yeah. What's the trick to that? Run really, really fast.
Yeah, I have a monk that has Ring of Jumping, which triples his jump distance.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he uses because he's also a 16-year-old, effectively,
Parkour.
for his race. Yeah, he just basically just spends a lot of his time making 30-foot jumps for no reason. It's like, yay!
Literally, it's
like,
it's
why?
Naruto.
Yes. Why? Why did you just jump off of that building?
Because I could.
It was a module too, so it's not like it was a.
Well,
okay
that
if
was
I just take the average for my hit dice gain. HP
Take
gain.
the safe number instead of the risky chance to get a huge whopping number.
like 3.
Don't forget to add your Constitution bonus to that too.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Oh.
Okay, so that one was worse than mine.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm gonna sign off because I gotta go work on the wife's computer.
All right.
Boo.
Okay.
All right, later, guys.
Later.
Bye.
Later.